After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 273. It is Monday, yay, August 28th, 2017. We are on the right date at the right time for once. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Woman Cave. We are glad that you are with us. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
And we want to welcome all of our new and returning viewers, as I said. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. We're glad to have you with us again in the Woman Cave. If you are new, we hope you find something that you like and that you will stay. If you are in the shadows, new or returning, please feel free to join the Ravelry group so that you can be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things like that, because that's where we do all our random number generators from the Ravelry group. If you watch us on YouTube, please feel free to hit the subscribe button.
Or you can gently tap it. You don't need to hit it.
On your left. Okay. All right. What are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
No.
Oh, no?
No.
You're not drinking anything?
I'm
I
drinking.
thought as much.
I drink what I drink.
You drink what you drink?
I do.
What is it in?
I have in my tortoise versus hare mug, and I have to turn it around right-handed so you can see the proper
Because she drinks weird.
picture. Tortoise versus hare mug, the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah, don't spill it on my blanket or my
Tea.
yarn. That would be very distressing.
And I have chai tea. You shouldn't have it right there then because it might spill.
But
What are you drinking?
I
Overhead.
am not an overhead.
Mm-hmm.
I am drinking Jubilee Decaf Black Tea by Plum Deluxe.
Yum yum.
There we go. And this is raspberry plus jasmine joined for moments of celebration. Wonderful hot or iced. It's all organic decaf black tea, raspberry bits, rose petals, jasmine flowers, raspberry leaves, raspberry essence, love, gratitude, no caffeine. You can actually see
See what?
the flowers.
Oh, joy.
But it won't give you any problems. Here, have a taste. Well, I'm having a taste first. It's a little more subtle
More subtle than what?
than some of the other ones we've had.
Smells good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there fruit in that, did you say?
Raspberry.
Okay, I thought I felt, yeah, that's very good. I like that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Mikey,
good.
he likes it.
I like it. Hey, Mikey.
And it's in my tortoise versus hare mug.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Did good, Andy.
Well, he always does.
He always does. Okay. All right. So moving on. We do have a new member who joined officially, and that is Emmy Cal. Kay. Welcome, Kay. We're glad to have you with us. Yay.
M-E-K-L?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I see K-A-L now, and I think Cal.
Right.
So, Emmy Cal, welcome, Kay. We're glad to have you with us. And as we said, we're welcoming all of the rest of you as well. Glad to have you back or joining us for the first time. All right. The promotions. The winner of the Miss Scarlet skein of DK weight yarn from the Yarn Night Etsy
we
Etsy
must
shop.
need hear from you.
Cappy, Drew Bean. We need to hear from you. This is Catherine. Catherine, please contact me as soon as you hear this, because after next week, if we don't hear from you, we will be repulling, because that will be a month, and we don't want rippling. We don't want to have this yarn just sitting here. So please get a hold of us, Catherine.
I mean, not that we'll be just sitting here, because then we'll redraw and you won't have a chance anymore. So please.
This is the yarn. It's very pretty. It's kind of a red. It's definitely red.
Yes.
I don't want to take it out of the package.
It's about the color you're wearing, actually.
Yeah, well, not quite.
It's pretty dark. No, not your shawl necessarily.
Oh, yeah, my shirt. Yeah, it is close to my shirt.
Very close to your shirt.
So, this is Drew Bean, Catherine. Please get a hold of us so we know that you want this, okay? Get a hold of me. All right. Crinkle, crinkle.
Please.
And I know people apologize for that, but I've become of the opinion that some of the podcasters are now. I like the sound of crinkling because it means you get to see fun stuff afterward. Okay, moving on. We still have a coupon code from the Yarn Eye Cappy. I don't know how long this will be going on. I don't know if it's going on to the end of the cal or not. The coupon code is for 15% off of $25 or less in her Etsy shop, The Yarn and I. And I don't know how long it goes on. So go to the shop, use it. If it works, it's good. If it doesn't work, it's finished. But it's a very generous offer by Cappy. Stop that.
It made me think of a song from the Lord of the Rings musical, The Road Goes Ever On
I
and On.
don't care. I'm trying to talk and you're singing over me, and that's rude.
I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I could.
She's not cute. Not even remotely.
Inherited from my mother's side?
Cuteness, yes, but you didn't inherit it. No.
I didn't?
No. Okay, so thank you, Cappy, for that very generous coupon code. And check out her Etsy shop. It's the Yarn and I. Okay, if you would like to use that code, she has some wonderful stuff in there, both tools and like bare yarn and stitch markers. The stitch markers are made by her mother, and they're fantastic. I think she might be starting to do bags, but I'm not sure. And she has lovely yarn that she dyed as well. Then we have current Cal-Cals in other groups. The first one is also from the Yarn and I Cappy podcast.
We have another friend who's a shop now. We need to promote said shop.
Yes, but not yet.
Okite.
You
Okite.
hold on to that, okay?
I'm going to zone out now and go back to knitting.
I'm going to put a knitting needle through your eyeball.
But then the podcast will never get up because you don't know how to do it.
It'll be all your fault. All right. Now,
I didn't put it through my eyeball.
The Yarn and I Cappy podcast is having a Cal-Cal to foster awareness of depression and things like that. And it started January 1st and goes until December 31st. We have another 3 or 4 months. I think it's 4 months? 5 months? 4 months, because 3 months.
Well, we're almost done with August.
Yeah, so all September, October, November, December. 4 months. Wow.
Wow.
Anything that you make that's for you, okay, that makes you happy, okay? And you can double dip in any groups that you like, including ours, if you meet the rules of the group that you're double dipping in and you're a member of that group and it's okay with them. The hashtag is hashtag 123for me Cal, and that's the numbers 123 with the hashtag in front of it, for FORMEKALCAL, okay? We have the Harry Potter Cal, which is Victorian Studio Podcast. This is another one that's a year long. This is Maureen, and she's very sweet. Mm-hmm. And it's, like it says, anything Harry Potter, okay? This is another podcast that's really very much...
I really like the year-long Cals.
Yeah, I do too. They give you a lot of time to finish things. This is anything Harry Potter related, okay? And she's her rules are in her group, as are Cappy's. So if I don't say the rules, just assume they're in the group, and you can see exactly what they are there. Then we have the Whip It Good Cal, and that's in Undead Yarn, which is Heidi from Undead Yarn, and that's Nitty Girl. And is it Nitty Girl or Nitty Girl 1 on...
She's no longer Nitty Girl 1. Nitty Girl 1 was
that's right, that was Instagram.
On Instagram.
So she's Nitty Girl on Ravelry. And she is having the Whip It Good Cal, okay? She is doing it with Crocheting Hoovian, who is Laura Concert, and with Jeanette, who is Bookish Stitcher. Those are also very good podcasts to watch. And this is exactly what it says. Get out your whips, get out your plops, and work on them. And the rules are in each of their groups, okay? And we, again, will accept their double dipping if you're doing, you know, if you have a project you've been working on that's red, it can go in our group as well as theirs, because we never say when you have to start.
Yes.
I think we had one cal that we did, but
yes, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was for a specific kind of project or
Right.
something. I can't remember now.
excuse me. Okay.
No.
Then there's the Stash Reduction Cal, and that's the Never Cast Off podcast. That's Sheila, who is Blue Yarn Always, and Debbie, who is Deb's Destiny. And it's in conjunction with the Fiber Pusher podcast, and the rules are in their groups. It's kind of like a Weight Watchers thing. You know, you get yarn or fiber in, you add it in. You do a huge project like a blanket, you take it out. And I'm not sure how they count up everything. That's Benita's part of it. So, and you have to be careful because the prize threads alternate. So it really behooves you to be in both groups so you know where to put your projects to be eligible for the prizes. And that's a lot of fun. I haven't put anything in there yet because I haven't got any pictures taken, and I don't know exactly how the rules work. So it's too much for my little befuddled brain. It's not their rules. The rules aren't complicated. I just can't grasp it right now. And they are fantastic. I love Never Cast Off. They are really funny, and when they come up, I watch them as soon as I can. They are also one of our co-hosts for the Cardiac Read Along. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, our current, okay, actually this is current in Crocheting Whovian. We are just co-hosting. This is the Tortoise versus Hare, and this year is just as active as it was last year. We are having a blast with this. I wish I could do more turtles. I just can't. I am working on turtles, but I can't make a lot of progress at one time. So I'm mostly cheerleading, but it's a lot of fun, and we have some wonderful patterns. Vani, our very own Vani, has both a tortoise and a hare pot holder pattern.
Yes.
And it's
one tortoise, one hare.
Yeah, and I believe they're free, at least for the time being.
They were back when I picked it.
And me too. So you might want to check that out if you want something smaller to work on for this tortoise versus hare, because they count.
Yes.
Okay. And that runs. That runs from July 30th through. July 1st through September 30th, the same time as the Cardiac Read Along. So if you do it red, you can double dip in those two alongs.
Like I have a red one going. I haven't worked on it in a little while, but I have a red one.
I also have a red one going. So, the co-host with Crocheting Whovian is her baby, is us, okay, and Brittany, who is B-Wing. Now, Brittany does not have a podcast, but her group is very active in charity, and it's well worth being involved with.
I think she's doing something with Shaken Baby right now, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is she?
I'll check her Facebook.
I'm not as active as I should be. Brittany, I don't know if I'm on your Facebook for like your shop. I need to know what Facebooks you have, because I know I'm on at least one of them, but I don't know if I'm on all of them. So I need you to contact me somehow and let me know what Facebooks I need to be on for you. Because apparently I'm too lazy to find out.
Apparently.
Okay.
I guess if I was a nice person, I could find out.
Well, I asked you already, so
you did.
Yes, I did. Okay, now for the tortoise versus hare, for our group, it's 1 whip per project per week. The finished object whenever you're finished. If you finish a Franciscan Gypsy Designs pattern, or if it's if your finished object is in Lady Fernico Creations yarn, then it gets 2 chances at a prize, okay? And if you use a Lady Fernico Creations yarn with a Franciscan Gypsies pattern, you get 3 chances in our group. In Laura's, you get 4. And in Laura's, you also get an extra chance for a prize for FO if you use Undead yarn. So that's my yarn or Undead yarn. So that's really cool.
So it really behooves you.
Yeah, it really behooves you to use one of those yarns. If you like. All right, let's see here. The tortoises and the hares, Talia's pattern is featured, as we said, as is my yarn, and you can use any pattern you want, okay? Like Vani's or Susan Claudino's or whatever, any bunnies or turtles, okay?
Right.
And we have a lot of prizes. We have some gift tags from Brittany from Comforting Crafts. There, got it out. We have a skein.
Although, like I said, I think that her cards aren't Comforting Crafts. I think they are.
No, but her group is.
Her group is, yes.
And we have a 328-yard skein of sport weight yarn that was created for Tortoise vs. Hare in the Magic Lagoon colorway. So that's Lady Fernico Creations. We have 2 skeins of chroma from Mama C and 2 sets of stitch markers. One Team Tortoise and 1 Team Hare from Crocheting Hoovian that she made, plus a $7 downloadable Ravelry pattern, which is also from Crocheting Hoovian. And we have another prize that I'll show you at the end, but I'm not sure where the donator wanted it to go, so I'll show it at the end and ask her where it's supposed to go, because she sent it to us. I don't know where it's supposed to go. She didn't say. She just said prize.
Right, which probably means she doesn't care.
Yeah, but I'd like to know. I'd like to give her the option.
Yeah.
Okay, now for the Cardiac Read Along.
You're wearing the wrong color. You're wearing my color.
The Cardiac Read Along. I'm wearing red for the Read Along.
My color.
Our co-hosts are Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila, and Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie. Sheila has her own Etsy shop. It is Thank God for Bags. And Debbie has a Ravelry shop for patterns. They are both fantastic. So if you are looking for a bag, a project bag, or a pattern, you might want to check them out. The other one is Bookish Stitcher. She's our other co-host. And she also has her own yarns. I'm not sure if she's on Etsy or if she has a web page. I think is it Big Sky Yarns or Blue Sky Yarns? I forget what it is. I'm sorry, Jeanette. I don't remember what your yarn is called. Let me know what it is. Or Heidi, let me know what it is. Heidi knows what it is. Okay, and again, this is 1 WIP per project per week, and FO whenever it's finished. Use predominantly pink or red in significant amounts for the project. If you're not sure, ask us. Right now, we are in consultation about a project that the lady asked us, and we are very grateful that she did. And we will give her an answer now that we've had a consultation, because it was really close. So, and then you get a double FO for Cappy's Heart yarn and any of her red yarn. A double a double chance for a prize for an FO with Talia's patterns in red or pink. A double for an FO with Lady Fernico Creations yarn that has red or pink in it in a significant amount. Okay. And we do have many prizes for this as well. We have a skein of fingering sock in the Lady Diva colorway from Seductive Berry. We have a Delicue needle case from Lisa, who is Red Salt Box. That's the last of the 3 she sent us, which is very generous. We have Cascade yarn, 2 little blue 50-gram skeins that got a little bit of elastic in it, so that might be interesting to work with. And that's from Mama C, Christina. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
We have a $10 or less downloadable Ravelry pattern from Sue, who is Family Diva. Thank you, Sue. And from Yarns at a very generous price of 3 skeins of my yarn. Okay, she got bought for you guys Falling Leaves, Untamed Oops, Heartsease, and Pajama Party Oops, and these are all fingering weight. Okay, so the Untamed Oops, the Falling Leaves is very fall-y because Falling Leaves, so it's very autumny. Right. And the others are, I like the colors; they're very pretty. So thank you very much for that. Jeannie, I'm sorry, Jeannie. I know you told me how to pronounce that, and I keep forgetting. I always want to say Jean, but I think it's Jeanne.
It might be Jeannie, yeah.
I don't know. She told me, and I forgot because I'm forgetful. But she is very generous. I appreciate your support of both the podcast and the shop.
I always pronounce that Jean, but I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to.
Jean, but I don't know if that's how she pronounces it.
Right, I don't know how it's supposed to.
And I always call her Jeannie because she's sweet.
And you dream of Jeannie?
No. From the Yarn and I, who is Cappy, she gave us a lovely set of stitch markers made by her mother. She actually sent us several, and one of them is going to be a prize for this Cal. And from Crocheting Hoovian, who is Laura, a $7 downloadable Ravelry pattern. So you guys have a chance for a lot of prizes this time around, so that's awesome. Okay.
We need to talk about Laura's shop. Do you remember the name?
Yes, Crocheting Hoovian's shop. I do not have the name for Laura's shop. She has set up a shop for her stitch markers. This is a Crocheting Hoovian. It is not a Crocheting Hoovian for the Etsy shop. It's something, I want to say it's something, the knitting shop or something, a little knit shop or something like that. I'm not sure what it is. You have to go look at her podcast, or maybe she can put it in our group, Laura, because you didn't mention it, I don't think, even on your podcast this last time, because I had to go looking for it. What I had to do is I had to reverse engineer it from, I went to her shop I went to her because she's following me in my shop, and I went backwards to find her shop by finding her. So I think it's the Little Knit Shop, but I'm not sure. And I think she only got 3 things up there right now, but she's in the process of making photographs of what she wants to put in the shop.
And her stitch markers are good quality.
Mm-hmm. She has right now, I think she has a set of tortoise, a set of hare, and a set of dragonflies. And they're really cute. So congratulations, Laura. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you have anything that you want to say before we go into whips?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, I have 7.
I need to count mine. Okay, so it's not just Sue I
Vonnie.
messed up. It was Vonnie as
Vonnie
well.
this time, yes. Here she
So-
goes, Vonnie. Here she goes.
Here
She
she
goes
goes again. 1, 2. I don't think I marked the other one. Let's see. I'll see. 3. I guess I did mark it. 4, 5, 6,
I was,
7, 8. Ah!
Okay, you go first. I was really...
Oh, 9.
You go twice. Twice.
Yeah.
I have 7, you have 9. So, I was surprised that I had as many as I did, because it was such a short time period, and I couldn't work during the first part of the week.
Well, I'm shocked because I had such trouble staying awake.
Yeah.
But I think I just worked little bits on different projects.
Yeah, there's very little
Progress.
progress. It's just a little on several projects, because I didn't have a lot of time, and we had such a short period between our last podcast, because we podcast on Wednesday, so it's only been,
Yeah.
4 or 5 days?
And I worked, 3 of those days or whatever. 2 of those days, I don't know. Some of those days. So, this is Kay's Fault Mitered Square Blanket. Scrap Sport, DK, and Worst Weight yarns. Inspired by K.F. Jones of Baker Bears fame. I have a couple of Laura's stitch markers, and I've got her Progress Keeper
Yep, her teapot.
teacup.
Teacup, yeah.
And I have
I love
her
those.
stitch marker teacup.
I love those.
And I've worked on this one, which is on Dead Yarn. Don't know who did this one. Or this one. This one I think I got from Maryland Sheep all along. Actually, I think these both from Maryland Sheep. I don't know.
Yeah, remember how rough they were?
No. This I didn't keep any of the rough ones.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
What'd you do with them?
I either gave them away. I did something with them. I'm not using them because I can't stand knitting with them.
I've come to the conclusion I can't knit with rustic.
So, yeah, that got some.
How many squares did you do? Just 2?
No,
3?
1, 2, 3 and a half.
Oh, 3.5. Okay.
It probably comes out more to like 3 because I'm sure that I didn't just start the square,
Right.
So.
I need to get a blanket like that started, because I will do my own yarn.
And then you'll have samples.
Right. Okay.
Wait,
one more?
Next one is this one, I think. Yes, this one. In my Kikaboo Bags Autism Awareness bag,
Puzzle pieces.
are the Christmas peppermint socks. Basic rib sock using magic loop pattern by Melissa Bayer. And the yarn is Dragonfly Fibers in the base Dragon sock, and the colorway is Stole Christmas, STOLL. And I started this Advent of last year. I still need to weave in my ends. Sock number 1.
You'll have it finished for Christmas. Maybe.
Maybe. Sock number 2.
Oh, you did make some progress. Yeah.
So, just a little bit.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of. So, didn't make a whole ton of progress, but I did make a little bit of progress. I generally prefer sport wake socks. They move a little faster.
I like sport wig. I don't like working with fingering weight unless I absolutely have to.
So,
All right. In my Kiki Boo Holiday Owls bag is my Lemon Lime Fizz Baby Hat project. Yes, I haven't changed it yet to highlighter. I need to. I hope I have enough yarn to finish this. So here it is. I only did a couple of rounds of this, but there it is. Well, it's definitely bright. It looks even brighter today for some reason. Can you tell that there's green here? See, that today it looks more yellowish. The other day it looked more
depends on the
green.
lighting.
Yeah.
Was it more rainy-ish, darkish
I don't know.
last time?
I don't know. So that's it. This is a Cindy loom, and it's for 3 to 18 months. 1/2 inch, 41 peg.
Did
Make a
Laura
nice
give it?
owl. Yeah, Laura gave me these. Laura gave me all my wooden ones, like that are round. All the Cindy looms. She's been very generous with me. So, yeah, I like working my hats and my loom. Look at that. It's cute. I can make an owl out of it if I keep going. You know, it would be a green owl like that.
You mean a creepy owl?
No, it would be a neon owl.
So it would be covered by the ooze.
Well, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Owl. But it's, the yarn is, this yarn neon in yellow and in neon green. Okay, it's a charity hat. It's for a pregnancy center.
Okay, so next is, I don't want to get to the end of this row first, so I'm not going to show that one yet. In my Knitting's My Bag London bag is the Robin's Egg Blanket, which is a building blocks pattern by Annie Dempsey. I'm using Lion Brand Pound of Love in the colorway turquoise.
I still like that. It matches your shawl.
So, again, I've got a bunch of Laura
Bunnies,
stitch markers in there.
Bunnies and bunnies.
And I have a progress keeper. Honestly, I didn't make a whole lot of progress on there. I'm going to take that out. I'll put it in a different project. Because I don't make enough progress on this at any given time. So, it's growing slowly, but surely. I think I only knit a row or two on it.
Right.
But it has all bunnies stitch markers. So
Very
voila.
pretty. Very pretty. Okay, how many do you have left?
Hold on.
I want to make sure you don't do 2 again, or not.
One, two, three, four. Wait, I'm not sure if I worked on the other one. Let me see. Yeah, I did. 4. Hang on, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, and I've got 2, 4, 5.
So once more for me, either now or later.
Right, whichever one you want.
Let's do it later because then I can get some more knitting on this and not get too many off.
All right, let me see here. My next one is, because he asked me, this is the from the Tie Me Up pattern by Burnett Designs, and it's in my Kiki Boo Puzzle Pieces bag. The lovely Denise. And I did about 4 or 5 rows on this on Sunday, I think it was.
Have you hit the elusive 2 inches yet?
No, I've got 1 more inch to go. I finally broke the 2 though.
Well, you finally broke the 1.
Yeah, I broke into 1, so it's getting long. It's showing up a little bit darker than it is. I don't know if you can see the variations real well.
You can kind of see them.
You can see
There
much
you
better
go.
in the cake. And this is Madeline Tosh.
Is that Shire?
I think it's the Shire colorway. Is it?
I don't know.
I think
That's what I was asking you.
Yes, it's the Shire colorway. So this is a really pretty color. I like Madtosh. Madtosh and Marigold Jen are probably some of my favorites. Well, I like Dragonfly Fiber too for the saturation.
Right.
Of
But Marigold, is it Marigold? There's a special sheen that you get with Madtosh.
Yes.
That
Yes,
I've not been able to quite find matched. I'm not sure what they do.
I'm not sure what they do, but it's very pretty. Might be the base they use or whatever. The only time I can find some of the sheen on this, like this, is when I do bamboo.
Mhm.
But
But it's not bamboo.
this is not bamboo. I don't know what they do. But anyway,
The yarn almost, I don't know, the quality
you
is
see that
that.
it kind of shimmers. I mean, it almost looks like dragon scales.
Yeah. Well, don't tell Dad that.
No, he'll never wear it then. So maybe I'll have this done by Christmas. Well, that was what it was supposed to be for anyway.
You just didn't say what Christmas.
No, I didn't. I mean, he doesn't know, so it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
Okay.
Do you think you have him completely by surprise?
I don't know. He's never asked me the few times I worked it in front of him. He's never asked me what it was. So
Right.
he just kind of figures it's a shawl. I think somehow.
That'd be a really weird shawl.
Yeah, it would.
Um.
A scarf, maybe.
Yeah. Although we
A
don't.
cowl.
Yeah. He after, I guess maybe after a while he just stops trying to identify what it is that we're knitting.
Yeah.
Well, this project is not done yet and ready to show, so I'll do the next one. I should not have started that row.
It doesn't have to be finished.
It's easier to show if I'm done with the row.
I think you should pull a Lindsay.
I'm not gonna because I want to be able to show it. So in my Kikibu Bags teacups bag is Harry, which is Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L. I'm using Nomadic Yarns Twisty Sport in the colorway Harry. And it's made for the Harry Potter along. I'm still on the first sock, but I actually got quite a bit of knitting done on it.
Makes a real nice pair of socks.
It does.
Very nice.
So I am well on my way in the foot. And this is one of my favorite sock patterns, so I've knitted almost as many times as the designer. I think I'm the person who's knitted the designer's knitted the most. I'm the one who's knit the second most of the pattern. I'm surprised more people haven't knit this pattern. I love this sock pattern.
Maybe you
It
can do what
only
Dan
had-
did for the bankhead. You can.
Oh, I'm not. I don't have Dan's star power, but I can't believe there's only 14 projects. I love this sock pattern. I think.
But we have a very proactive group. If they decide they like it,
I mean, it's ribbed, which I love because it doesn't fall down your leg. And I've gotten to the point where I used to count off every row like the pattern says. Now I've just measured between the amount of rows she tells me to do. And now I know how many inches.
Does it have a wrong side and a right side?
It's in the round.
So it doesn't have a wrong side and a right side.
Socks never do.
That's why I asked. I don't do socks.
Okay.
Remember?
What a weird question.
Engage your brain.
But
Oboe head.
that was just a weird question for something in
Oboe
the round. Yeah, I really enjoy this pattern. It's
Was this your tail?
yes. And what I like about it is I know that for my knitting, I can use one sport weight skein of knit picks or anything that has equivalent of the same yardage.
So 246 yards or more.
Will make a pair of socks for me with a little bit left over. So I've used Heidi's yarn to make pairs of socks. Actually,
That's mine.
yes, this is yours, but this is the same pattern.
Yeah.
Um,
And you had stuff left over from
yes,
that.
I did. I'm pretty sure it's the same pattern. It doesn't seem as long as it normally is, but it's the same pattern because that's the one I always knit. I have like 4 or 5 different pairs of socks in this pattern. So This was the last pair that I finished.
I like the way that worked out.
Mm-hmm. So,
I did stripy kind of socks. Kind
oopsie, it's a bunny.
of stripy.
So if you haven't tried knitting this pattern, I would suggest it.
What do you think the difficulty level is?
I don't think it's that hard.
So
Because
it
she
has
has this one, which is Miss L's basic 6-ply sock. Then she just has Miss L's basic sock, which I didn't realize she had. It's the fingering weight one. So I'm going to probably try that one after I finish this pair of fingering weight socks, just because I like the way she writes socks patterns. And she has one for babies, which I want to do.
Now, I might try the babies to get a start on socks. But the one you're doing now, is that sport weight?
Mhm.
Okay.
Her,
Because that's
her
sport weight.
6-ply one is sport weight.
And it has a heel and a gusset, right? A heel turn and a gusset. All right.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. My next one is in my Turbo Knitter 64 Mickey and Minnie Mouse huge yellow bag. Okay, and this is my Oceana Cowl project. It's the Nifty Knitter Cowl with Pom-Poms Imogen Cowl pattern by Lion Brand. And I'm using James C. Brett yarn. And it's chunky yarn, like 328 yards in a 300 yards in a skein of chunky weight, which is really reasonable. I think it's like $20 for that much yarn. And it's acrylic, but it's really nice. Hmm?
It's drapey.
It is. Well, it's actually more like a gradient.
No, I'm draping.
Oh, draping.
It's draping. What do you think I said?
I don't know, never mind. So here you can see the color changes there really well. You see the kind of blue and green.
Oh wow, you can really see the.
Yeah. So
Because you can't actually see it nearly as much in person.
I really like this. I have one in a more autumnal color that I finished a while back that I thought my sister was going to walk off with. It looked really good on her.
It did look really good because she has a kind of
She has auburn hair, yeah. Light auburn. So this is, I like this. I think I mentioned this before, I don't think I'm going to fold it down. I think I'm just going to bind it off and leave it because I don't like necessarily having to sew it, and I don't think it does anything for it.
Right.
So,
You can always change your mind later.
right. So this is fun. I'm enjoying it. This is kind of a mindless. I didn't do much on this one. I think I did maybe a round or two of it when I was watching television. Sunday, I think. Seems to be when I got a lot of my crafting done was Sunday. I didn't get a whole lot done during the week with appointments and things like that.
Although, the kind of appointments you had weren't the kind that lent themselves towards.
Well, no, I was the one having the appointment. I had to do physical therapy, or I couldn't be doing.
I mean, sometimes when you have an appointment, you have time in a waiting room or something.
right. Well, I also have to figure out if my hands are going to allow me.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of reading during the appointments and stuff like that.
Right. Aha, I am almost done with this row.
Yes.
So I can show this one because I really wanted to be at the end of the row for this.
You still need to help me with mine. You have to tell me when you're off this week too, because I was trying to tell Daddy and I couldn't remember.
I had to take a look myself because I can't remember half the time. I wrote it down on my planner. Anyway, this is Nemu on the Forest Floor pattern by Simone Creed. It's the same shawl I'm wearing, different colors.
Which is not the same color as that yarn that Vonnie bought for me.
Nope. This is Miss Babs Yazawada Skein in the colorways Faded, Chirp, and Marine. Bought it this Maryland Sheep and Wool, this past Maryland Sheep and Wool.
I like that. It's very pretty.
So, Faded is this grayish color.
Kind of a periwinkle gray.
Marine is, Chirp is this light blue. Marine is this really bright blue.
It's very pretty.
And I'm just leaving out the twigs that you see up here on this shawl. So,
It doesn't need them. I mean, it looks pretty with them, but it doesn't need them.
yeah. It's not my normal colors, but I really fell in love with the gray, so I picked the other colors around it.
I might do this in my solar eclipse, yellow and orange.
So, I can see myself knitting quite a few of these because I love the way it
falls nice,
settles.
yeah. did you slip stitch to do this? How did you do this? Or did you add?
It's a paper pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look. I have it.
Yeah. So, there is that.
Okay. Let's see. My next one is in my Woodland Creatures in the Park bag. It's a plover bird bag. This is my Samwise Gamgee project from the Angel Hat pattern by K.F. Jones. And I'm using my Chow Goose because that's really what I use nowadays. This is Marigold Jen yarn worsted in the Scenic Route colorway. And I did some progress on this. So you can see. I told my husband I might have to make him another hat because this might be too small for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ty made me one and it was almost small for me. I am making it a little bit bigger, but he doesn't like slouchy, and I don't think the problem is this. I mean, it stretches, so it should be okay.
Well, maybe you need to do, print out the new version. Or is this the Angel one? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the Bankhead has.
Oh no, yeah,
new
no.
sizes.
If this one doesn't fit him, I'll give it to charity
Mm-hmm.
or keep it for myself, and make a Bankhead for him.
Yeah, because there's a size up for the Bankhead.
Well, the Bankhead's big enough,
Mm-hmm.
so I really like the colors. Marigold Jen does a really good job with her colors, and this is what I have left. Plenty to finish, and I guess if I finish, I give Ty the rest to
Put in the blanket.
put in the blanket. All the yarn I give you for that blanket, I should be part mine. But there we
You can
go.
pet it. I was looking. I've been working on this blanket for about 2 years.
Yeah, well, it takes a long time. It's a
Large
large project.
Okay, so, in my, oh yeah, this one got a little bit of work. Where is it? Which bag? This one. In my
Piggy's going to market.
Plover Bird Piggies bag
Wee 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 all the way home.
is,
That's so cute. I like that bag.
Snowball, the Baby Bunny pattern, by Lorraine Pistorio.
Mm.
And I'm using Cascade 220 in the colorway white.
I didn't know you had Cascade 220 still.
Yeah, this is from when I designed Tilly.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't exactly sure how much I needed. I didn't want to run out.
Right. Well, especially since we don't get that way very often.
Yeah. Well, some of it I ordered online.
Oh.
Because I thought I was going to run out. Because I think, did I end up making 3 of them? No, I just made 2 of them.
Tilly's?
Yeah. One for Davina, one for me.
Right, that's right.
For some reason, though, I didn't think I'd have enough for the second one.
Right.
Um,
My Tilly's getting drowned down here.
So, also Davina wanted slightly different colors for hers. But there we go.
Little
There's
basket.
there's the body, and I had finished the legs a while, or some. I think it was like it was the feet. I think. Yeah, the feet.
What's the waist yarn for?
To attach it, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. And it's paper pattern. I haven't looked that far in advance. So, legs and body.
See Bill Murray. Legs!
I definitely don't like knitting toys as much as I do crocheting them.
It looks like it would be fiddly.
It's okay. It's just not quite as fun.
I'll probably stick to crocheting them. Although I do have a couple of knitted ones. Actually, I have one by this designer that you gave me.
It's good to have as an option, but I still prefer crocheting toys.
Okay, in my Sarah Monet bag by Knitting's My Bag. That's Lois, lovely Lois. This is one of my first bags. So, 4 or 5 years ago. Is my Valeria shawl, which is the Perfect Retreat shawl pattern by Susan B. Anderson. I'm about halfway through this, I think. The colorway is Maryland Sheep and Wool 2016, I think. Let me see. Valeria gave this to me, hence the name. Yes. And I'll do this for it. It seems to be fairly adjustable, so I'll do it till I run out of the yarn I want to use. Oops.
With the bunny.
There's a bunny, and I have another color to make as a contrasting color. But it, you know, if I don't have to do it if I don't want to. I like the way that's working out. It's really pretty. And it says I'm about halfway through, but unless it blocks out a lot, I'm probably going to keep going.
I kept going until I was close to running out of yarn.
You didn't do this one.
Which one was that?
This is the
Oh, I thought it was Case. I wasn't paying attention.
no, this is not.
I was thinking something else.
Yeah. But this one's easy. I like this one. It has, I think it has some easy lace because Valeria was nudging me to do something a little more challenging. And I started it right when she gave it to me. So I really like it. It's basically garter stitch right now, and I just have to pay attention to when I'm doing my increases and such. The needle minder is Thank God for Bags, which is Sheila. So it works very well for my needles. Because I ran out of my little metal ones. So these work out really, really well. Especially since I don't use my DPNs yet.
I love my DPN.
I'm gonna have to try those, but right now,
Like I said, I suggest you try Magic Loop first because DPNs might be a little fiddly and
and if I have to,
difficult on your hands.
yeah, if I have to worry about dropping needles and applying more pressure with my hands to do that, I will.
I don't know. You
Not
might
happy.
absolutely love it, but that would
I might.
that'd be my gut feel to try.
But I would
Magic Loop
try
first.
Magic Loop first.
My turn.
I had missed one.
You missed one.
I did. Because I know I worked on it and I forgot to put it on the thing. I know I worked on it.
Well, I'm going to talk about mine.
You talk about it. I'm going to get mine.
So in my Velveteen Rabbit, and we're not sure if it's little skein in the big wool or big skein in the little wool bag, is Pumpkin Latte, and it's Oops the Bunny pattern by me. I'm using Marigold Jam worsted weight in the colorway Pumpkin Latte. So,
What bag is it?
I don't know, Mom. Just be careful of the recording equipment.
I don't know. What?
So, did you get a lot of work done on it?
Well, no, yeah, I started it over again.
Oop.
Oh,
that one.
yeah.
I don't know what bag you put that in.
I'm going to have to check and see what my bag says. That might be helpful. Let me see
Well, you mean what your notes say?
Yeah. Let's see.
So,
Let's check my notes.
oh, yes, I got more done on this. I, don't remember if I had done this last week or not, but the lower body is done. And I am currently working on an ear.
Oh, there it is.
Wow, Mom.
Don't look here. It's nothing to see. Except for that.
The ear and the bunny body.
Okay.
So, now, back to Mom, who apparently doesn't know where her bags are at any given time.
I don't. Okay, whoops.
Who's a bunny?
Okay. In my Silver Shed USA turtle bag, the tortoise bag, tortoise, go Team Tortoise, is my Biddy the Bashful Baby Turtle by Franciscan Gypsy Designs. And I actually made quite a bit of progress on this weekend. I closed up the shell, so I finished the shell.
Yay.
Okay. And I finished the little patch on the bottom.
Mhm.
Here's one leg, or one foot, and the second foot.
Yay.
So I am now starting on the head. I just wanted to start it, but my hand was starting to hurt, so I stopped as soon as I started it. So I did a lot of progress on this, and it was a lot of fun. And you can see the pretty interior fabric in this bag. It's the same as with the bunnies. It has Tortoise vs. Hare 2017 on the inside. So, yeah, this got a lot of work because I was tired of it not getting a lot of work. Doesn't usually take me this long to make a toy. I get frustrated. There. Okay.
Okay, so in my Tortoise versus Hare bag is Anita. I think I actually did that out of order. Yes, I did. Anita. It's Oops the Bunny pattern, designed by me. I'm using Lady Fernico Creations sport weight in a colorway Tortoise versus Hare, not for the faint of heart. And this one is for me, which is actually fairly rare for me to keep my toys.
But she really wanted this
Ninja, notwithstanding.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get knocked back there, Ninja? I'll probably...
You're stepping on my twister. Not twister. That's Heidi.
Heidi
Berry.
Heidi Berry's there, but
I forget what I named the little turtle.
So we have
Houston. We have a head. Oh, cute. Little pink mushroom.
This one is so itty bitty.
Is this my 328 skein?
I don't know, whatever you did for the Tortoise versus Hare.
Yeah, 328.
So I'm on the second ear. So
that's my longer skein. It's just a little bit thinner than a normal sport. It's thicker than a fingering, but it's a sock, but it's a
thin sport weight.
Yeah.
Which is why it's going to end up so small. I'm using an E-hook.
Okay, my last one that I couldn't find,
even though it was there all along, was exactly where you put it.
It's in my Eeyore bag, which is a Silverstead USA. It's my school marm shawl project from the Easy A pattern by Laura Smoot. And I started it over again. I now have my Chow Goo needles in here because they came in. Apparently I'm all tangled up here. Just give me a second.
Nope.
These are size 10.5s, and I like the fabric I'm getting. Laura had suggested 9s. I didn't have 9s, so I picked up what I could find, and they were 10.5s. And I like the I like the fabric, so that's what I went with. And this is Miss Babs Yowza with a skein. Wow, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Miss Babs Yowza in the Gotta Love Me colorway. And
I've knitted a shawl out of that before.
Yeah, so I just started, as you can see. And I'm also using Laura's Concerts, the stitch markers, the teacup stitch markers she gave me. Here's the Progress Keeper, right here. And then the stitch markers. So, and I haven't gotten very far, but I did restart it. So, this is a fun pattern. It's Laura's very clear, and she's very accessible if you have questions. So I'm enjoying this immensely. And that goes back.
So it'll be my turn.
Mm-hmm.
This is my last one. This is my you don't see this bag a whole lot because I don't use it a whole lot. I don't know who did it. I know I got it off of Etsy. I've used the I think this is actually a spindle bag.
I still think I bought that for you. I can check my buying history. I think I bought it for Christmas or birthday or something.
I'm pretty sure I bought it for myself.
I don't think so because I remember the flames because you were really interested in reds and orange. I was looking for flame stuff. But it doesn't really matter. I know who the person is. I have a bag by her up there.
Mindless Workout Charity Hat.
Mindless.
Yes.
For oboe heads.
It's the Bankhead pattern by Susie Gorley, and I'm using Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Colors. That's how, if you look for it on Ravelry, that's how it'll come up. And the colorway is 5001 Brights.
This is the same color you saw on my baby blanket that I'm doing, the malt blanket by Tin Can Knits. That's the same colorway.
Yeah. she didn't have quite enough for me to save it for the next time I want to start my blanket, because my blanket's actually going to be bigger than her blanket. So I just stole a skein for my hat. Oh, it's starting to show the changes. You can't really tell in person right now.
Yeah, the lighting's better that way
Uh-huh.
for you guys.
So you guys can see. And the banquet is at one of my favorite periods of the banquet, where you don't have to worry about decreases or anything yet. You're just going with it.
And I love that hat. I've made what, like 3 of those, I think.
I have made 4 right now, I think, because I made the one for you.
Mine was an angel hat.
Okay, I made the one for my coworker.
Right.
The really pretty blue one to
Yes.
with her red hair.
Yes.
I love that hat. I still have that yarn in here. I think it was Miracle Jen. That was gorgeous yarn. I need to pick up that colorway again sometime. And then I knit the ones for my grandpa, the twin ones that I
Right.
did on 2 at a time.
Right, I remember that. Did you do them the same color or did you do them different
No,
colors?
because I didn't want Grandpa to steal Grandma's.
Right, right. So you made the same hat in different colors. I think
Because
Grandpa's
what he'll do is he'll ruin his,
Yeah.
and then he'll steal hers.
Yes.
I wanted it to be really obvious whose it was.
You made Grandma's green and his
Brown.
brown, yeah.
So it matched their
The
sweaters.
yeah.
I actually used the same yarn that I had for his sweater, I think.
I better not throw them. Yeah, because I remember we said we can't throw it in the wash.
Yeah. So I didn't have, like, hers was a different weight. It was not the right weight for the hat, but yeah. So this would be my 5th banquet, because I did one other one.
I think I've done 3. 1. I think I've done 3. Okay, let's see. I don't have any more projects.
And I don't either.
Okay.
I do have an FO, though.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
Okay. So I have not woven in the ends yet.
I like that. It's very pretty.
I finished the Marigold Jen Happy Snails Trails hat for charity. So this will eventually be making its way to Brittany.
That would look so cute on Davina.
She won't wear it, though.
I
I
know.
offered it to her. It's not stylish enough.
Yeah, it's not.
It matches her coloring.
Yeah.
It's just not my coloring, and it's not colors.
It's not for me either. The yellows and the orange don't do any good for my skin tone.
Well, I like oranges and yellows, but just not this shade. This is
Well,
very
yeah.
Yeah, this is very much of a spring person's colors, and I'm not spring in coloring. So this would have looked very cute on Devian, but she doesn't want it. So this will be charity, because she gets first refusal.
Yeah.
So I need to weave in these ends.
So what does she usually says? That's nice for somebody else. No, what did she say? No thanks. What did she say? She said something. She always says something.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's really funny. Okay. It's cute. All right. Moving on to stash enhancements.
Yes.
Okay, what do you have? How many do you have? How many? 2? All right, I have... Well, let's do this one first because it's not really a stash enhancement, strictly speaking. This is from Laura Smoot. Okay, we mentioned that we had a prize donation, and this is from Laura Smoot. She has made this bag. She just said it's a PHM prize that she made, and she didn't say which along. So Laura, when you see this, please let us know. This is, I think it's kind of a sock size.
I'd say it's about right.
It's got a box bottom.
Mhm.
It's cat in the hat, which I absolutely love. The inside is a matching fabric. Also cat in the hat, but it's
I thought that's
coordinating.
1 fish, 2 fish.
No, this is cat in the hat.
Oh,
Well,
this is
it's all of
This is Susical.
Yeah, this is here.
Because I was the one I saw was.
This is the
it's
coordinating fabric.
I actually I like this one.
But so this is the fabric, and it's
If you really wanted to, you could turn it inside out. I love that.
except that the drawstring would be on the wrong
Yeah.
side. But this is
They're both really cute
It's an
fabrics.
adorable bag. It doesn't have interfacing, which means you can smush it. So if you have a sock project or a hat project or something like that, it will fit very nicely in another bag
It's
or
funny.
a purse.
At one point, I didn't really appreciate the smushability of bags. But certain bags, for certain projects, you do need a smushable bag.
And this is a really cute, the cat in the hat. It's just very, very cute. So Laura, thank you. Laura,
you.
thank you very much. Please let me know, or let us know which along you want this to be a prize for so we can put it in the proper list. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's adorable. And she's very, very talented because the next thing we're going to show you as a stash enhancement, she sent one to each of us. And where's yours? It's just so cute. And she got my favorite colors too.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's tortoise versus hare. They're E-hooks for our
Here,
crochet.
you can see better that it's a tortoise this way.
Yeah.
There we go. So tortoise versus hare.
Isn't that great? And she made these, and I'm so excited about it.
Thank you very much.
She spoils us. We get spoiled.
And you can tell how she pays attention. Mine's an E-hook.
Yes, and mine is a
I think it was a D.
D hook because I use a smaller hook, and she always pays attention. We have been very blessed, first of all, by generous people in our group. Secondly, by people who pay attention to us more than we probably pay attention to each other.
Right,
And-
because like
and they send us things that we can use.
right, because I mean, she's totally right. When I'm using sport weight yarn, and I do tend to lately, I've been using a lot of sport weight yarn for my toys.
Right.
So I crochet a lot with E-hooks.
And I use D a lot. I will go down to a C or a B, but this is probably the one I like to use the most with a sport weight or DK.
Because I only use G when I'm using worsted weight.
And I don't do a lot of worsted. With worsted, I use an E usually. So this is perfect. And it's so adorable. I just love it. It makes me happy. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Laura.
very much.
Okay.
Oh, and I have one final.
I have also another one.
So
Two, actually. But go ahead.
I am waiting for yarn to come in for this. This is a free pattern. There's a crochet version, but I picked up the knit version. I don't know why this is free. This looks like
Yeah, I've got that as
like
well.
I was looking through the way she did it. This is looks like a pretty.
And there's a crochet version of this as well.
yeah, that's what I just said.
Okay, I wasn't listening. I was thinking about something else.
But she seems to put a lot of work into this. And there's two different sizes. I'm going to make the larger of the two sizes. And instead of doing fingering weight like she tells me, I'm going to use worsted weight. I was going to do Miss Babs, and then I was like, no, I should be good. I should use less expensive yarn. So I'm using Knit Picks. Because instead of spending like $50 on yarn for the two colors, I spent like $12.
Right, because even though Knit Picks has less yardage, because you had to get, I don't know how much you need of each
I got
color.
like 3 skeins for each color.
Is that enough? Okay.
I double
Because
checked.
that's about $600 for each.
And if I run out, I can always pick up.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Whereas Miss Babs is very reasonable for
Oh,
her
she's
yardage.
very reasonable. I just couldn't justify it at that point.
Yeah.
Because I tend to like to design with Miss Babs.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, well, this is very much of a whim shawl. And if I decide I don't want to knit it, it's just Knit Picks.
Yeah.
And besides, with these bright colors, I want to make sure I got just the right color. So it's Wonder Woman. And I'm not even a Wonder Woman thing. I like the way she's portrayed in the movie, and I don't dislike her character. It's just not my favorite superhero.
Well, when I saw that, I actually had that beforehand, before she got it, because I was going to make it in blue and black, and just because the way it is, you can let it be Nightwing.
Yes, you can.
So I was going to do that, but since she picked it up for herself, she can do it herself.
And then you went to knit in black.
Yeah, I wanted to knit in black. Actually, I probably would have crocheted it.
You would have to crochet in black. Which is almost worse.
Yeah, it's easier to knit in black.
But yeah, I saw it on Facebook, and I actually saw the crochet version on Facebook.
See, I don't have that yet in my
Um,
in fact, the only way I found out was she listed something on Never Cast Off.
yeah, I saw it on Facebook, and then I found out that because the way it was said was like, and there's a crochet. Look, there's finally a crochet version. I'm like, oh, that means there's a knit version. So I went on Ravelry and found it, and I like the way they mark their size. She marks her sizes, Wee and Wondrous. So WW Wonder
Yeah,
Woman.
Yeah,
So
that's fun.
yes. And when it's wrapped up and stuff, it looks classy. You can't necessarily tell that it's a Wonder Woman shawl unless you wear it like
A shawl.
a shawl. And even then, I think you'd have to be paying attention. And, particularly,
I think I saw somebody wearing one, or maybe it was on Ravelry. They were showing it. Well, that's
yeah. See, when you're wearing it, I don't think, like, unless you're really paying attention to details.
Well, if it's red and yellow, you
yeah,
might.
like my red and yellow one, you'll totally be able to tell. But,
Blue and black people think it's Nightwing.
well, those people who actually know who Nightwing is.
Yeah. What are they doing?
He's kind of become more mainstream, though.
Yeah. Well, they're good at the show.
I think there's more people who know who he is than when I first started getting into his character.
Yeah. Okay, I had mentioned that I got Chow needles. I got size 9s and size 10.5s. I also got some of my long sport weight yarn. I got several skeins of that, and I also got several skeins of fingering weight for dyeing. But my other stash enhancements came from our stash enhancement thread that Valeria does, and we've been helping her to put things in occasionally. The first one is the Schooner socks, and this is
I would
actually
say schooner, Mom.
Schooner socks.
Isn't a schooner like a ship or something?
Probably, yeah, it is. And this is a loom knit sock, and I think Laura Concert put this into the thread. It was a free pattern, and you can't see anything anyway. She said she found it when she was looking through her stash of patterns. So that's for loom. Thank you.
I guess I should put this on our free thread.
Yes,
And
it might already be there.
Yeah. Valeria, is this there?
And this is the Touch Tone shawl by Fogbound Knits, and it's really a pretty shawl. It's got
You do like
lace.
asymmetrical.
Well, this is almost not. It's not quite asymmetric.
It's a little bit asymmetrical.
It is, but it's got a definite. It's big enough that it has a definite triangle. It says triangular.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's
So-
just the angle that looks
Yeah, I mean,
asymmetrical.
and this is for fingering weight yarn, but I won't use fingering weight because I never use fingering weight. And this is free as well. So both of these are in the. What I forget what she calls the thread. I call it stash enhancement, but it's called something else. And so these are for free.
I can't remember.
Free at the moment. The lady who did this one, Fogbound Knits, I think she's the one who said that she doesn't want to deal with deadlines, so it'll be free until it's free, until it's not free anymore. So you might want to check this
I like
one
her
out.
way of thinking.
Yeah, so this is kind of cool. All right. All right.
I keep debating about whether or not to make the Duke paid for.
Well, it's up to you.
But right now, that's still free. But
Oh,
anyway.
Okay, now, Etsy shop, do you have anything to do with that?
That would have been the only news I would have had for that.
Okay, I did put up several skeins of yarn, and about half of them sold out in one day. So that was really cool. I still have some. I sold out of my So You Missed the Eclipse. I sold out of that. And I only have one each of the Lengthening Shadows and the Touch of Whimsy. The only one I still have two left of is the Mystic. And I thank everybody who bought, and I thank everybody who has been so encouraging and saying such nice things about my yarn. I know what you mean about some of the people had mentioned that they wish their yarn budget was larger. So I get the same feeling when I see some things that I want. So I understand, that's, I appreciate you looking at it, and I appreciate you buying when you can, and, encouraging me when you can't. That means a lot too. So thank you very, very much for that. I'm thinking about having a sale. I'm not sure when it will be. Just keep an eye out for that. I also was wondering what colors you'd like to see. I'm staying away from lace weight, but I think that you guys like fingering through worsted. Most of my stuff will probably be fingering and sport. And the sport weight, my understanding is from people who knit socks, that both of the sport weight bases that I use, the long sport and the other sport weight, you can make socks with it, or a shawlette. So don't think of that as only toys. It can be used for socks or small shawls, or for the 328 one, maybe not so small a shawl. So you won't be limited to just doing a toy or having to buy multiple skeins if you wanted to do a pair of socks.
Right.
That's my understanding. Now, those of you who are sock knitters, please correct me. I don't know how much is needed for a large pair of socks, but
Yeah, I don't know for large. I mean, mine are. I have a fairly large foot, but mine is a. I wear a size 9.5, but I have thin
narrow,
feet,
yeah.
very narrow feet.
Yeah.
So,
but you also get a cuff, and you get some left over.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a 9.5 women's, which is probably a medium men. If you wanted to do a man's, you might need a second skein
Yeah.
for this base. This base only had 200 and I think it was 270 or 260 or whatever. It was the sport has more than the DK. my other base with the 328, you might be able to get him the larger man socks. I don't know. Someone who is a sock knitter who really does a lot of socks might know. Now, if you have someone who has like Dan's feet, I don't know. That might be.
Oh yeah, you would need
you probably need 2 skeins. I mean, I think he takes 2 skeins even with the 400 skein. He's a big guy.
Yeah,
he's a big guy. He's a tall guy, and he's so he's got the appendages to go with it. Hi, Dan.
We used to do this at school. Awkward. It was a turtle on its back.
But you know what? He knows we. Hi, Dan. Hi, Kay. Dan and Kay. We love them. And I will be getting in touch with you guys later on about something else. Okay. Do you have anything for writing or anything like that?
Before that, I want to go through the responses.
Oh, I hit everybody, but that's fine.
You shouldn't hit people.
I wanted to thank, I think it was Jean, who gave me such a nice compliment about my yarn. There was one on YouTube and there was one on, I think on, I forget what the other one was, maybe on Ravelry.
But you get people on YouTube too. Good job, Mom.
Yeah, who had some really, really sweet words about my yarn.
Yeah, Jean on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that was very sweet, Jean. She really likes Good Morning Sunshine.
Yeah. It was very.
And so glad you enjoyed the podcast, Sally and the Red Hats. She likes the solar eclipse and the purples too.
Yeah.
Yes. It took me a second, Donna, to register what shirt you were talking about when I read your comment, because I wasn't very awake when I read the comment, and I immediately looked down the shirt I was wearing at the time, and I was like, I don't think I wore this on the podcast. How does she know she likes my shirt? But you liked the hair shirt, so thank you.
And there was somebody who had posted on there, and I don't know if she wants her name put out there, although she put it on YouTube. She had surgery.
That was...
we hope that your surgery went well, and that you are recovering and feeling better, and that you will soon be back to yourself. I hope it was nothing serious.
Yeah.
Heidi,
we might have to disown you.
How could you not like Princess Bride? Heidi. It's a good thing we like you so much.
Yes.
Okay, Heidi? Yes, we give her hugs. we accept her in all her quirkiness.
Yes.
Because she's just Heidi and we love her. So.
And I guess Andy just said his name.
Her.
Her name? Oh, okay. I apologize, Andy.
Because when I went back to check, it says female.
Oh, okay. Hi, Andy.
Usually when I've seen Andy as a girl, it's usually an I or an IE.
I just assumed it was Plum Deluxe Andy.
Yeah, I kind of did too, but I went back and checked and it said female, so.
Well, hi, Andy.
Hi.
And Maggie Fish just said that she thought you did a yarn over, or dropped a yarn
Right,
over.
and I thanked her for that. I thank you, Maggie, for that. I did go back and redo it as you saw. I just couldn't live with it, and I went back and that's what it looked like to me. It actually did look like I'd missed a stitch there. So,
Rena, so glad you enjoyed the podcast and the hats. And yes, Princess Bride is much loved.
Yes, we quote that. We there was a time we could probably have quoted the whole movie.
I think I did it almost at college at one point.
Yeah.
Not like Davina did. Remember that fair where she actually drew a crowd because it was at church. It was a church fair, and she stood in the middle of the fair and started quoting Princess Bride.
Oh.
And she drew like this huge crowd, and she went through like a lot of movies. I can't remember at one point you guys stopped her, but she was drawing a crowd.
I don't remember that.
I think I might have been in almost high school, so I think I was traumatized.
Are you sure that it wasn't Grandma and Grandpa here while we were
No, it was not
at the picnic. 'Cause I don't remember.
No,
that.
it was in the parking lot.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I think I was traumatized because high schooler, your sister is getting all his attention, and you're about to die from embarrassment
because she has no filter.
And in high school that's the worst thing ever to get that much attention.
Unless it's you doing it.
I don't think I would have liked to do that. I was a very shy high schooler. But anyway, Lear, love your red hat.
Yes, I love the floppy red hat.
So much fun.
She didn't get too sunburned. She forgot to wear it.
Yeah. Sue, the owl mug was very cool. Thank you. So glad you liked the red hat. Hope you can find one at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. Because there were 3 of them. And
but they might be at her Cracker Barrel.
I picked up one, and Ty picked up one, and the lady behind the counter saw it, and she said, "Oh, I need to get." I said, "Well, you need to get it now because there's one left."
Let's see. I did forget to give you a doctor's appointment update too. They've upped my medicine to control my heart rate a bit. So we're monitoring blood pressure, make sure that doesn't drop, because I actually have, at a normal basis, fairly low blood pressure. So when you give something to bring down the heart rate, it also tends to bring down the blood pressure. So it's a balancing act for me, because I've never had high blood pressure. I've always run on the low end. We're trialing that now and see if the blood pressure can handle it. So far it's doing okay. Sorry about forgetting to give you an update last week, Sue.
All of you who are in Texas, please stay safe and
Yes.
dry. I have you in my thoughts and prayers. I'm sure Talia does as well.
Mhm.
So, just be careful out there. We're, a little worried about y'all.
Yes.
Our Texas people, if you want to check in on the thread and just say, hey, we're okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Sue, I wish I could claim the idea of teaching kids in the area CPR. That was, I guess, a local government thing. I just heard someone talking about it. I was passing it along as, hey, this is a great idea. This is happening in our area. If you have a kid, and I would say, it's not something that's enforced in the area. It's not a bad idea to enforce it yourself for your kid, because you never know when that skill might become useful. Let's see. Let's see. Brittany, so glad you like the hats.
I love their hats when they wear their hats.
Yes. Yes. Decaf sister.
Poor Brittany's on diluted decaf, though.
Diluted decaf and only 1 cup a day. I weep for you. Not in my tea, because I would dilute it, but
It can also make it salty.
yeah. But
on the bright side, Brittany, you get a cup of tea,
Mhm.
and you get and hopefully you'll be able to tolerate a little more soon.
So glad you like the Harry Potter socks and Mom's purple yarns. Let's see.
I thought you liked pink. I guess she likes both. Maybe it's JD who likes pink.
Yeah. Seductive Bear. I can't remember your actual Maria. Thank you. She liked your solar eclipse.
I know she bought it. She was my first sale of the update. I mean, it was up for 3 minutes, I think, and she picked that one up. And I was like, yay!
I almost drank the sleepy time again this time because I just liked the tea, but I didn't think that would be a good idea. Although I didn't get sleepy last podcast. Go figure. Bonnie, so glad you like the hats, and I'm so pleased we can mess up your counting.
Yay! Because we're strange.
Let's see.
Lots of hugs to
So
Bonnie.
glad we didn't mess up your project, though.
Yes, yes.
And she likes your tie. Or Dad's tie.
Dad's tie, yes. She and Sue both like Daddy's tie.
Yes. And I'm so glad you like the building blocks blanket.
That's pretty. I like that a lot.
I can't wait till I get into the section where it definitely becomes blocks, like where I do the next garter section. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's just Blair and Sue talking to each other. Okay.
It's just them talking to each other.
Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for commenting. Get rid of that. Okay. Back to show notes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to put a separate thread. I think I probably will. But I'd like to know, I have several colorways in mind that I want to be doing, but I'd kind of like to know what you'd like to see in colorways
The bunny.
for this
I'm out of tea.
upcoming season, the fall, kind of cooler season, fall, winter. What kind of colorways would you like to see? Is there anything you'd like me to bring back that you've seen in the past? Just write it down in the thread, and I'll see what I can do. And that's my husband. He came home, so we're getting ready to close this up. I'm not sure when we're podcasting next week. So don't you have something going on Monday?
Yes, I have to work.
So I don't know if we're doing it on Sunday or sometime later in the week. Just keep an eye on the thread, and we'll let you know. In the meantime, we're really glad that you joined us here for the fun.
Wait. Did you write?
I did. I did a lot of writing. In fact, I got this close to being done. I mean, really did a lot of writing. I'm doing new material now. And I started prompting for the percolator.
Reading?
Still reading my Cane of Mysteries by David Beckett. It's going a little slower. It's a good story, but I kind of want to get back into my Patrick Carr.
I've been reading a lot of Agatha Christie.
And I've been listening to a lot to Father Brown.
I finished Poirot Investigates on my phone, and I started and finished The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, which I know
That's
I've
good.
read at some point, but it's been a long time. And it's another Poirot mystery. Then I've started and finished The Man in the Brown Suit, which I do remember reading now, but it's not a Poirot mystery. It's an Anne Bedingfield mystery.
Oh, okay.
And she only has the one book. I am still reading Poirot's early cases,
Yeah, I need to read that. That looks good.
which is not actually him as a police detective. It's
Just this early case.
oh, I read Chocolate Box already.
Yeah, Chocolate Box is good.
I read that in some of these stories are the same ones in Poirot Investigates. So like 2 of them I've already had to skip. This will be the second one. There we go. Because this collection shares with Poirot Investigates. And I started They Came to Baghdad, which looks like it's going to be it's another female lead. Another young female lead, just like in The Man in the Brown Suit. And it looks like it's maybe one of her spy ones.
Oh, cool.
It's not her forte. She doesn't do them quite as well as her mysteries, but she has a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I've started that one.
And I have not been reading G.K. Chesterton, but I've been listening to G.K. Chesterton. I've been listening to the BBC Father Brown mysteries, and I'm on episode 6 or 7. And I'm recognizing, because I've read almost all of them, so I'm recognizing some of them to the point where I can almost do the dialogue. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of fun. Okay, I still have the Mary Queen of Apostles, but I haven't had a chance to read that recently. All right, now as I was saying, we hope to be podcasting on Sunday, or I don't know if you're off Tuesday or whatever it is you're off. We'll keep an eye on the thread, so we'll let you know when we're podcasting. And in the meantime, we're very glad that you were able to take some time to join us here in the Woman Cave for the fun in the Woman Cave. Mm-hmm. And we wish you a week full of joy and happiness and crafting and every good thing. And we hope to see you here next week in the Pen, Hook, and Needles Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 273, and that's a wrap.